everybody. Hello, welcome in. Let's see. First of all, I want to make sure that I am live. Let's see. Let me go to the chat, see if there's anyone here. Hey, Miss Parker. Hello. Let me know if you see and hear me. Let me turn this off here. Okay. All right. Happy Sunday, everyone. All right. I am so excited today for today's guest, Lynnelle. But again, I am trying to make sure that everybody hears and see me before I bring Miss Lynnelle on screen. I am so excited to talk to her because there's a lot of things that we could talk about today. Let's see. Okay, I see that. Okay, the chat is coming in. I see Phil and D. Travel Spree. Hello, welcome into the chat. Hey, Miss Parker, I said hello to you as well. Thank you for being a channel member. Let's see. I see. Linda and Jonathan. Hello. And we see Janice. Janice Creates. Hello, hey Janice. Good afternoon to you too. See Michelle. Okay, so it looks like I'm not going to go through everything right now because there is so many things that we can talk about with Lynnelle. So I want to bring her right in. But okay, I see someone saying you can see and hear me. That's all I was looking for. So I will put your, the hellos on screen, but I want to bring in my guests because again, there's a lot of things that we could talk about. We only have an hour and I want to make sure that we answer as many of your questions as possible. I do have my own questions, but I want this to be for you and whatever questions that you have. If you have questions, throw them in the chat immediately because I'm going to go to your questions first. And if there are no questions in the chat, then I'll go to my questions. But without hesitation, I'm going to bring her on right now. Let's see. Here we go. Lynnelle.
Hello.
Welcome
Hi,
in.
everybody. Hi, Cheryl.
So how are you this Sunday?
Woo, doing really good. How are you?
I am doing fine. I am doing fine. But so before I get into, your introduction, tell us where are you coming from today?
I am on Royal Caribbean's Independence of the Seas. I'm
Okay.
sitting in my free balcony cabin.
Ooh.
This was a 4-day cruise. I did it back to back. It was a 5-day and a 4-day.
Uh-huh.
Both of these cruises were free on casino deals. And we went to Falmouth, Jamaica. I did an excursion to Montego Bay and to Labadee last week. And this week we just went to Labadee and now we're heading back to Miami. And as I look out the window, I see Cuba, which is weird to me that we're
Oh,
sailing so close to Cuba.
nice.
But yeah, that's where I'm at.
Okay. Now I know I jumped right into that. So we're going to start. Well, first of all, let me introduce who I am. For those of you coming through Poverty to Paradise stream, I am Cheryl, also known as Sig Cruiser. That's solo, introvert, and gluten-free cruising. That's what I vlog about. So feel free to join my channel and check out my videos as well. But I want to talk about you, Lynnelle. So if you could just introduce yourself, give us a little background about solo cruising, how you got into solo cruising, and then I'm sure there are going to be a lot of people in the chat who have questions.
All right, first I'm going to ask for a little forgiveness. I'm new to YouTube. I'm new to all this. I started cruising a long time ago. I think 2003 was my first cruise, maybe. But I started full-time solo cruising on the 4th of July of this year. So that was my Independence Day. And I actually started on this ship, Independence of the Seas. So that's my true freedom now, right?
Oh,
So oh, it's a long story, so I'm gonna give you the brief story.
okay.
But basically, I had a toxic job, toxic marriage, big house, big car, all that stuff just needed to go so I could save myself.
Okay.
And God was just leading me down a path, and it just all worked out. I can get into specifics as we go along.
Mhm.
But it just all worked out where I just needed to get away from everything so I could get my health back in order and be in a place where I could retire early on the finances that I have. And everything kind of lined up from two cruises that I took last year, one with Royal Caribbean, one with Carnival Cruise. And they both gave me a whole bunch of free cruises where I'm just paying the port fees and taxes. And
Uh, all right, here we go.
oh,
I
something
think
happened.
we're back
And and so yeah, from those two cruises that I took, I've been able to book 60 cruises. So I'm from the 4th of July of 2024, and I'm booked up all the way to the end of November of 2025. So I will be sailing the high seas and just enjoying life until the next stage of my life, whatever that happens to be.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so now my first follow-up question, I want to make sure that I have this right. So, like some of us, like we may have cruised in the past before, like when we were younger. Are you saying your first cruise was July? Did you say that?
My first solo cruise full time on this expedition, I guess you could say. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
But no, I had cruised before with my family.
Mhm.
I was married for 24 years. I have three kids and it was four grandkids. Now I have five grandkids. But when my kids were growing up, we did cruise with them long, long time ago. But recently my solo journey now is started July of this year. Yes. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. And we have so many people in the chat. I want to say, I can't go through the list of everybody, but we have Jonathan Page, that girl Mia, Dr. O, and let me see who is this? Excellent. And Iris, hello, hello. Just saying hello to everybody. Dot Willie, we have so many questions. Guys, if you have questions for Lynnelle, just am I popping in and out? We have, if you have questions for Lynnelle, just go ahead and drop those in the chat. Let's see. We have Miss Hey Miss Parker. Oh, women, let me go back. We have Raquel from MH Family Adventures saying she's excited for this chat. She just started following you, Lynnelle.
Yay, thank you. Hi.
Okay, and we have that girl Mia saying she's planning on retiring on a cruise ship because of From Paradise to Poverty, and a solo cruise because of saying, well, thank you very much, but man, yeah, that retiring because of you, I could actually see that because that was one of the reasons why, once I found your channel and that's one of the things I'm thinking about. Well, how can I, retire, on a cruise ship? so, um, uh, so that was, yeah. So your channel really excited me. Before, I'm trying to make sure, see if we have any questions for anyone first. Okay, I see our first question, and this is from, is that TLJ? How long do you plan on living on a cruise ship?
Ever. No, I'm just so I was not planning to live on a cruise ship. I was not planning to do this because of circumstances. Again, what I had said about my toxic job, my toxic relationship, I prayed about what I needed to do. And when I did some digging into some emails about taking a cruise, just so I could kind of get my health restored,
Mm-hmm.
I started looking at it and I started looking into the fine print of it. And some of the deals that I had said, hey, you could use this deal for two or three times. Another one said six times. Another one said eight times. And then I started putting it all together
Mm-hmm.
that I could book so many cruises. So that's when I got the idea to, hey, let's just do this as long as possible. As long as God, Royal Caribbean, and Carnival keep sending me these deals, I'm going to cruise as long as possible. So right now, I'm booked up to November 2025. Whether or not that is the end of my cruising and I move on to something else, or if I keep cruising, um, I'm just being flexible. Again, I'm a woman of faith, so I pray, I listen to, what I feel is God telling me to do, see what my opportunities are, see where the finances are. And I do have a video on my channel where I talk about the finances and how to do the math to see, what I can afford what different options I have. So if you're interested in that, that video is on the channel. But yeah, just making sure that I'm comfortable financially, because I don't want to be on a ship and be broke. I don't want to
Mhm.
be anywhere and be broke. But
Exactly.
yeah, as long as the deals come in and God allows me to continue to do this, I don't see me ever stopping. If I was to stop right now today for whatever reason, I'm thinking of leaving the United States, just because I want to be able to live a non-toxic life,
Mhm.
and I say a soft life of ease,
Uh,
because the how much it costs to live in the United States is so much more than a lot of places around the world. And so I've done some research, looking into other countries that might be suitable for me. For those
mhm.
of you who don't follow my channel, before I started doing this, I was living outside of Atlanta. So for an apartment in Atlanta, the average price is around 1,500 to 2,000, depends on what part you're living in and how what your quality of life, how you want it to be. So for me, living on cruise ships is costing me about 800 to 1,500 a month. Then when I add in gratuities and other little things, my budget comes out to about 2,000 a month. So for me, it's more cost effective for me to live on the ships for now. But then there are other places in the United States too, but other places where I can live really nice for $2,000 a month or less. So just depends on what happens in the future. I'm open. I'm very flexible, is what I'm trying to say. Of course, I do keep in mind that I have kids and grandkids, and I want to be somewhere close where I could get back to them fairly quickly. But they have their own lives. I got my life, so it's all good.
Mm-hmm. Now, you mentioned that you have, videos on your channel, and I've gone through some of those, not all of them, but you provide a lot, a lot of detail and a lot of information about, of course, your background, how you got started, but you go through such detail to share with everybody. I mean, your finances for, the working out, the details of ships, your budgets, whether you come over or under, you're sharing spreadsheets and all of that. So it's like, wow, I mean, I've never seen that level of detail, provided. So what made you want to do that? And what was that your plan when you started the YouTube channel?
My plan when I started the channel was, first of all, I wasn't really even sure where to go with it, but my kids were encouraging me to start a YouTube channel, because they thought I would get bored from living on a cruise ship, and who could get bored living on a cruise ship, right? But uh, it's called Poverty to Paradise, because when I started making the channel, I know that there's a lot of people in my family, people that I know, people that I used to work with, who they are stuck in poverty, and they complain so much about not being able to go on vacation, not being able to change jobs, not being able to get the health care that they need. And being that I was raised in poverty, my mom was a single mom with 7 kids. And then at one time we had 4 of my cousins. So for a few years, it was 11 of us with one mom. So yeah, we grew up in poverty, food stamps, all that good stuff. And I always wanted to impress, especially on the people in my family and people that were really close to me, that we don't have to live in poverty. There's different things that we can do to get ourselves out of it. But even if we never become rich,
Mm-hmm.
we can still be happy. I've been, how you say, I've been poor and happy. I've been financially well off and stressed out of the wazoo.
Mm-hmm.
So, do I want to stay in this six-figure job and have high blood pressure, get diabetes, and all this other stuff? Or do I want to live off the income that I have, knowing that I can still live a great life? And so that's what this channel was originally about. It just so happens that God pushed me into cruising, so that is what, the content that came out, to be able to show that, hey, even if you are, working minimum wage right now, there's some steps that you can take and be able to go on a cruise, be able to find cheap cruises, be able to go on vacation in your own backyard, or whatever the case may be. But you don't have to be stuck in a job or a situationship as they call it, things like that. But yeah, just getting out of poverty, or even if you're in poverty, making the best out of that situation. That's really what the channel is about.
Okay, and I would say, I mean, your channel is extremely inspirational, and not only for someone thinking about retiring, but just in general. Somebody who's I mean, you've had adversity that, I mean, you made the decision to step away from that and pursue happiness in whatever form that is, and you found the form that came in, which is cruising. And yeah, so I did notice how at first you said you were going to try it for a year from July to July, and now that date is extending.
Yep.
So yeah, so okay.
Exactly. And being an accountant, I know that a lot of people, they just can't see the forest through the trees. And so that's why I decided to just be transparent, because I'm in my 50s. I ain't got time to be worried about if people judge me, how much I make, how much I don't make. It's
Right.
not about that. It's about helping other people. So if I can break down the numbers in as simple a way as possible to be able to help someone out,
Mhm.
then let's do it. I mean, life's too short. Let's just do it, right?
Uh, and you said being an accountant, because that reminds me of a question somebody told me to ask, and I didn't remember until you actually said it. They said, with all the spreadsheets that she brings up, I bet you she's an accountant or was an accountant or something like that. So
No, not was. I am an accountant. Yeah,
you
I
are
work for
an
that degree.
accountant.
Forever an accountant.
Okay.
Just a little background. I worked for 18 years as an apartment manager, district manager in Orlando, Florida. Went back to school in my early 40s, got my accounting degree at UCF in Orlando, and then I went into corporate accounting for
Okay.
10 years before I started doing this. So, yep, I'm an accountant.
Okay. Okay. So I see this comment. I think this is a question from Jacqueline. She says, I'm going to assume this is, how did you financially prepare to even get started, or how can we financially prepare to get started? I'm assuming that's your question, Jacqueline. If I phrase it incorrectly, just let us know. But yeah.
All right, so I had been doing a lot of research. Like I said, I was stressed up to the wazoo. And so I had already been doing a lot of research. And so that is what I would say to start doing. Look at your numbers and start doing some research. Know what your budget is, know how much money is coming in, know how much money is going out, know if you have cushion or not, because that's a big part of it. And I had done some research on FIRE, Financial Independence Retire Early. So I've been doing that for a couple years and just looking into different ways of saving, investing, thinking about retirement, things like that. And
Mhm.
then also one of the biggest things, two of the biggest things, and I say this on my channel, two of the biggest things that helped push me was one, Adelia, I don't know how to say her last name, Aborshade. She is Picky Girl Travels the World. She had a class in a group called Exodus Summit. So Exodus Summit is 19, 20,000 Black women who are looking to take sabbaticals, um, just take break from their jobs, leave the United States, travel abroad, etc. So in that group, Adelia had a class called Do the Math. And that inspired me to not just assume how much money I had and do I have to wait till I'm 62, 65 to retire. Go in there, get some calculations, and I have some on my channel. Do some calculations of how much money I actually do have, how much money I do need to live off of, including some cushion. How long is this money going to last me, and things like that. So I would say first do the math. I also had some inspiration from it's actually the a couple that I take a class from. They
Mhm.
have a YouTube channel called Grounded Life. They have a bunch of
Yeah.
YouTube channels. Grounded
Yeah.
Life Retirement Finances, I think, is their main channel. But
Okay.
Robert Alley. And so I kind of watched them and how they traveled the world on a budget,
Mhm.
and I think they've been doing it for 6 years now. But
Okay.
they've been going to all these places in Asia, Mexico, and all over the world for, I think their budget was like 4,000. So in
Mhm.
my mind, I'm the type of person, they doing it for four, I can do it for two.
Right. Exactly.
So with the combination of those two and some other resources too, I can name a lot of different resources, but like I said, do some research. But that's how I financially prepared, looking at the math, seeing that there's other things that are out there, and not just settling on what I saw in front of me.
Okay, so in like how much time would you say that? I mean, from your first initial thought about retiring on a cruise ship to actually booking that first cruise to retire on the cruise ship.
Oh, that was no time.
Okay. Oh, that was
So
fast.
as an accountant, I'm always thinking about, finances and things like that.
Okay.
And I would say I've been thinking about finances since my electives in 2013 when I got my accounting degree. But
Mhm.
from the time that I said they can take this job and shove it,
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna sell this house, I'm gonna get rid of this husband. That was in March.
Okay.
I started taking cruises, started getting some free cruise deals in April, May, and June.
Mm-hmm.
So I
Okay.
think really at the end of March and in April is where I started looking into the emails, doing the math, putting everything together, thinking about what I had already learned from Adelia and the other um, content creators out there. And yeah, I think probably in by April, less than
Oh,
a month, by
wow. Okay.
April, I was telling my kids, y'all,
Yeah.
I'm finna get rid of all this stuff. Take what you want,
Okay.
because I'm
Now,
only gonna be here for a couple more months and then I'm gonna be gone.
were your
Yeah,
kids concerned at
I've
all?
been told that I'm very decisive, so it doesn't, I mean, yeah, it didn't take long.
Okay. Were your kids concerned at all when you said, "Hey, I'm going to live on a cruise ship," or I'm going to retire on a cruise ship, or I'm going to be sailing for quite a while? Were they concerned?
Their first instinct was, wow, mom, that's amazing. We're so proud of you. And
Oh,
then the next thing, my daughter was like, how we gonna keep track of you? We gonna
oh,
we gonna put GPS on your phone and we need to know where you at and blah blah
okay.
blah blah blah.
All right. Then the
So
safety
yeah,
things kicked in.
yeah,
Yeah.
safety came into mind. But as far as because they, like I said, we took them cruising when they were young, so they were
Uh-huh.
used to cruise ships. So they knew that I would be in a protected environment. But they
Okay.
also know that I'm very adventurous. So when I go out on those islands, I might go hiking, I might do this, might
Okay.
go do that. So that
Yeah.
part they were a little nervous about. But as far as living on cruise ships,
Hmm.
yeah, they were excited for me.
Okay. All right. So we have a question from, excuse me, MG. What would you consider working in a cruise ship after this initial period? Okay. I couldn't even get
Y'all,
the
once you
question out
retire,
before you answer.
you ain't thinking about working for nobody. You ain't thinking about working for nobody. Nope.
Right.
I would not consider working for a cruise ship after this initial period.
Yeah.
If it was just part time because I want to do for fun, kind of like what I do for YouTube, I just do it for fun. But
Hmm.
I can always decide, hey, I don't want to do YouTube anymore. I can put this aside. If it was something like that, but if other people were relying on me for, for a 6 to 9 month contract, no, I
Hmm.
don't want to be on anybody else's
Okay.
schedule. I don't need that stress.
And
Life
I
is good.
yeah.
Listen, I started working when I was 13.
Uh-huh.
I've
Yeah.
been working for 40 years. I did my time. I'm good.
Well, that too, and then, and regardless, I can imagine, being a passenger on a cruise ship and then saying, "Hey, I want to work." I
Now,
want to work. I want to start
about if I
something.
was to work on the cruise ship, what job would I do? I have thought about that.
Well, do
And
tell.
for me, it would be actually working in, and I don't know if they have it on Carnival, but I know on Royal Caribbean, they have this thing called Next Cruise, where you go to them and they help you plan for your next cruise, get you discounts and stuff like that. But they try and find the itinerary that you want, things like that. And because I like to put smiles on other people's faces, I think I would be good at that, helping other people plan their
Yeah,
vacation.
because I would guess that they probably would be the one area where they don't get people screaming and yelling at them from time to time. Yeah, so as opposed to like guest services, housekeeping, or in the
Right.
dining. So yeah. Okay, so Jonathan Page says, where's your favorite destination to date? What is your favorite destination?
That is an easy question. And it's
Ah,
because if I was to stop cruising right now and had to
mhm.
go find somewhere to live, it would be Mazatlan, Mexico.
Ah.
I when I go to different ports, I
Mhm.
will, if it's a place where I think I might want to retire when I'm done cruising, I will take an excursion to see the city, get the feel of the vibe, the food, the people, etc. I fell in love with Mazatlan. The whole time I was there, I think it was a 4 or 5 hour excursion. I mean, yeah, I'm in the tourist area, so it's a little different, but they brought us inside the city in some areas and got to walk around on the beach where the locals were and things like that. But I fell in love with the food, the people, the culture. They have beaches and mountains.
Mhm.
They
Oh.
have they have really good infrastructure. So yeah, Mazatlan, Mexico is my favorite right now.
Mhm. Oh, that sounds nice. And that's a place I've never been. So I'm gonna have to look that one up. All right,
Yep,
let me.
that's the West Coast. Gotta go on the West Coast for that one.
All
I
right,
have a
so
lot of I have a lot that I like, but that's the favorite.
okay. Ah. All right, so now what cruise lines do you sail?
Okay, so I took two cruises,
Okay.
one with Royal Caribbean, one with Carnival, and they're the ones who gave me the discounts.
Mhm.
But being in Facebook groups, and I'm nosy, uh, I learned that you can, if you get a casino deal, you can send those deals to other cruise lines
Okay.
and they will match them. Um, I sent one to, I really didn't believe it, so I mean,
Mhm.
what could it hurt to send it? I sent one to Princess Cruise Line.
Okay.
So they sent me a free 7 day cruise. All I have to do is pay the port fees and taxes. So I'll be on Sun Princess later this month. Um,
Oh,
and then I did the same thing for Holland America.
okay.
I'm really interested in that one because they say that's the old folks cruise, and
Uh-huh.
hey, I'm old, I can fit in. But I don't believe that it's old folks cruise. I want to go see it for myself. But yeah, they also gave me a free 7 day cruise where I just pay the port fees and taxes. And I also heard that you can do that with Virgin Voyages, but
Mhm.
because I have so many other cruises booked up, I didn't send anything to them yet.
Yeah, didn't I hear you mention that you had more offers than book cruises that you can book? You had
Yes,
more.
yes.
Okay,
I
yeah.
have more. Carnival and Royal Caribbean were still sending me free deals, but when they send the free deals, um, Carnival has way more options than Royal, but most of the time there'll be like 20 to 30 different cruises that you can choose from. And there'll be these dates, these ports, these ships, etc. But they didn't fit into my schedule,
Mhm.
so I had to pass up some of the free ones.
Okay. All right. We have a question from Jen E. She says, "Love your channel. Channel. It motivates her." But she's asking how the internet, or how has the internet been on most ships that you've been on?
Just like it is right now, doing really good. Only bad part is it's expensive.
Okay.
It's expensive. So, but I don't, being that when I first started doing this, it was for me to rest and relax. I don't need internet. I have Verizon Wireless, so when I'm in, of course, I'm back at the ports in the States every week, right? And
Hmm.
then when I'm in Mexico or U.S. ports, San Juan, Puerto Rico, in the U.S. Virgin Islands, etc., my cell phone will work there. Um, Then I also get like a travel pass. So if I'm in Jamaica or somewhere else, I get like I think 4 free days.
Okay.
So I can still use my cell phone anywhere. I really don't buy the internet unless I'm doing something for YouTube. Say I didn't get a chance to load up some videos, but other than that, I don't really use Wi-Fi because there's so much things to do on the ship. I don't even think about it. Yeah, but it's expensive.
Okay. Yeah, and that was my question, coming from the content creator's perspective, because I know you upload like 3 times a week, right?
Yep.
So,
A
yeah.
minimum. Minimum.
Okay. So I mean, so that means weekly you have internet on the ship, so you can upload. How is the uploading when you're on the ships? Do you ever have problems?
Oh, well, first of all, I mean, creating the YouTube videos is not a lot of, I guess that's. debatable, but it's not a lot of work per se. It's only a
Mhm.
few hours to do it. And then usually when I'm back in port, so we might get in port, what, 7, 8 o'clock in the morning, and then we don't leave out till 3:30, 4 o'clock. That gives me enough time to load 3 or 4
Okay.
videos. So I
Mhm.
can go out, have my fun, turn the camera on while I'm doing it. Then maybe 4 or 5 hours, come back in the cabin, do some editing, create the videos, and then when we're back in port, I just load it up. So that part's not hard at all. It's just if if I'm doing some running around or like sometimes I'll get off the ship, like if I'm doing a back to back on the same ship and I
Okay.
decide to go into town to go get groceries or whatever. So then I
Mhm.
didn't have time to load YouTube videos. So then I'll get the ship Wi-Fi for that. But yeah, it works really good.
Okay.
Sometimes it does not, depends on the ship. Sometimes it doesn't work good if you're in your cabin. So I might have to go over to the Crown Lounge or sit over near guest services where the speed is a little bit better to
Mhm.
load the videos for those that I do have to load when I'm on the ship.
Okay.
But other than that, it's pretty good. Yeah, it works just like if I'm at home.
Okay. Now I've been putting the comments on the screen, but I will tell you, you're getting a lot of positivity, a lot of comments, a lot of people who you have motivated, and a lot of people who love your personality and love your channel. They say you're inspiring. So I
Thank
just want to
you.
kind of see talk about some of those. And I see Iris. She put on here the Excellent Summit. And I saw a post she had earlier where you should be a speaker on the Exodus Summit for. I think you talked about her how she's retiring on ships, so she's throwing that out there. So yeah.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for that. I hadn't thought about that, especially since
Uh,
Exit Summit really focuses on moving abroad. And technically, I'm not moving abroad. I'm still living in the United States. But I mean, I'll share my story with anybody. So we'll see.
okay, and then we have Dot. She says she loves your personality,
Oh,
and
Miss Dot is a regular commenter. Thank you.
then we have Lizzie here. She says she loves your channel.
Thank you, Lizzie. I appreciate you.
And let's see, who is this? Dee Dee.
Don't make me blush. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it.
Okay. Let's get through this one though. Dee Dee
Thank
says,
you
"Well,
all.
watching you from the start on YT, it's inspiring to watch you learn and grow through the months. Love your positivity." So,
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah,
all
it's
right.
a lot to learn. I'm learning stuff on about YouTube every day. Miss
Uh-huh.
Cheryl is helping me learn some stuff. Even today, I learned some stuff. But yeah, YouTube, there's a lot to it, y'all.
Yeah. Well, that's what. Yeah, that's one thing. It's like you learn as you go. There's always something new to learn. But okay, so let me throw in some questions here, and especially since you were talking about the casino, so let's get into some of the casino questions. So let me see. What is your we'll see if there is a secret, but what is your secret to getting the casino deals?
Absolutely none. And I put my story out there. The first for Carnival, I took my kids and grandkids on a cruise. I'm an accountant, so I'm frugal with my money. When I go to casinos, I spend $100 per day.
Mm-hmm.
Even now, if I go to a casino, which people always ask me that, do you still spend $100 per day on the? No, I live on the ships now. I'm not spending all that money on the ships, but um, when I do go to casinos, I have a budget of $100 a day.
Mm-hmm.
And my first cruise, I think it was a 6 day on Carnival. My first cruise regarding this Carnival celebration.
Mm-hmm.
After the second or third day, I was up with their money, so I put my money back in my pocket. By the time I left, I was up by $1,300 of Carnival's money. So that was that. Again, I wasn't thinking about retiring on cruise ships or doing any of this back then.
Mm-hmm.
October of 2023. So that was Mother's Day of 2023. Fast forward to October 2023. Again, my job, my marriage, everything was stressful. That was my first solo cruise. I went on Royal Caribbean's Mariner of the Seas, and I just needed to get away because I was too stressed.
Mm-hmm.
And I
Yeah.
did the same thing. I had a budget of $100 per day. That was an 8 day cruise to Bermuda, and that was an expensive cruise.
Oh goodness.
But yeah, I didn't per se win any money. I spent the whole $800. I think by the time at the end of the cruise, I had like $10 left. But
Okay.
some women were sitting there pressing the buttons, and they were talking about how they were just sitting there for hours trying to win their free cruise. So I
Mm-hmm.
asked them about it, and that's when I learned that you could get free cruises.
Okay.
And then fast forward to my, issues back in March is when I started looking at the emails.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, oh wow, I got all these free cruises. So the short story,
Okay.
there's more of course on my channel, but the short story is two different programs. Royal Caribbean, for me, is the easiest. They
Mm-hmm.
have, and they just changed theirs too. Um, they just changed their program, but they have on their website and over in the casino, they tell you how many points you need
Mm-hmm.
in order to get a free cruise. And they tell you if you get this many points, you're going to get this much off your next cruise, and you're going to get whatever, a free 5-day cruise. If you get this many points, you get this, blah, 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 blah. So you know exactly what you're going to get and how
Mm-hmm.
many points you need to get. And then with them, they will send you a flyer or
Mm-hmm.
and an email. They'll send both saying, okay, you qualify for a free cruise. Pick your free cruise out of these 15, 20 cruises.
Mm-hmm.
And then with them, you pick your cruise, you call the phone number for their casino. It's called Club Royale offers, and they will book your cruise right there. And then all you pay is the port fees and taxes, nothing else. No deposits, nothing else. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
You're on the ship. For Carnival, um, it's more difficult because they don't tell you what the points are. Some
Mm-hmm.
kind of secret number behind the scenes. I've asked on probably every ship just to see if one of the casino people would slip up. They
Uh-huh.
all said the same thing. We don't know what it is. There's some point systems behind the scene, whatever.
Okay.
But I know a lot of people, if you just go in any Carnival Facebook pages, there's a lot of people always talking about the casino deals. And there's different levels and tiers because my sister and my brother, they had been getting all these free cruises and been holding out on me. If they
Mhm.
watching, I'm still gonna
Okay.
get y'all for that. But yeah, they have been getting free cruises for a while. They just don't live on cruise ships. And Carnival, well, the cruise lines kind of expect people to do what my brother and my sister do, right? They take maybe 1 or 2 vacations a year. They go to the casino. They probably spend just about that same amount of money making it up,
Okay.
making up, for the free cruise, and so they're good. But for me, um, from that one free cruise where I was on Carnival Celebration with my kids and grandkids, and I came out ahead, they will send a email saying, "Hey, you can book a cruise for $100 per person, and these are the 115 cruises you can choose from, and then each one will have in the fine print, you can book two, you can book five, you can book eight." So
Mm-hmm.
then go in there, you choose from there, but then you pay $100 per person. So it is double occupancy. So for me, I would pay $200 plus whatever the port fees and taxes are, which is usually $100 to $200 per
Mm-hmm.
cruise, say 5 day or 7 day. But then the $200 deposit, you get that back in onboard credit, which for me and everybody doesn't pay gratuities, but for me, I usually put that towards gratuities and any other thing that I purchase on the cruise.
Yeah.
So in a nutshell, that's what it is. There's more to it than that, but
Mm-hmm. Okay. And then I still, I think we have the answer here, but just to make sure we answer Betty's question, how much do you spend in the casino to get free cruises? And I hear this question all the time, and there's never, like an answer to it. So
there
just,
is no answer because, for instance, like I'm on this cruise here and I had $83 in free play, right? So
mm-hmm,
I went put $20 in one machine, $20 in another machine. This is a free play that they gave me, $20 in another machine, or you could do $20 with your own money, right?
mm-hmm.
The
Okay.
machines were loose, and so by the time I finished playing for a couple hours, I was up by like $255 with the money the free play that they gave me. I put zero in.
Mm-hmm.
So you could do that with $20. You could put
Yeah.
$20 in, you get a loose machine, and you just keep winning money back and keep playing with that and getting more points and more points and more points. Or you could put $20 in The machine eats your whole $20. You could do that with $2,000. The machine eats your whole $2,000.
Hmm.
It's all based on the points and not how much money you put in. So no one can say it's going to cost you $20. It's going to cost you $200. It's going to cost you $2,000. No one can say that.
Okay.
But my strategy is if I feel like a machine is not going to be loose, I don't sit at that machine for long.
Okay.
You want one that's going to give you some money back and give you some fun that that you're playing. Because if you don't get a free cruise out of it, at least you paid for your entertainment, just like if you pay
Yeah.
for going to movie
Hmm.
theater, you pay for your entertainment. So that's why I always have a budget of $100, whether I'm gonna get a free cruise or not. That's just extra, right?
Yeah. So you said.
um, I was gonna add on top of that, if you are looking to do this,
Mhm.
so live on a cruise ship full time, you don't have to do it on a casino deal. That's the way that I'm doing it. I have another video on my channel where I say how to get cheap cruises, how to find cheap cruises. There are cruises that are Carnival, MSC, some other cruise lines where you can just find cheap cruises based on where they are, the time of year, and things like that, where the cruise is 65, 70, $80 a day. You
Mhm.
string those cruises along and your cruises are $2,000, $2,500 for the month. You don't have to pay any of the extra stuff if
Ah.
that's what your budget calls for. You don't have to go to specialty dining. You don't have to go to the candy store. You don't
Mhm.
have to go on excursions if that's what your budget calls for. But yeah,
Mhm.
you don't have to do casino deals. There's other options. That's just how it fell into my lap.
Okay, so that's good to know. So it sounds like even if the casino deals for whatever reason, even if they dried up, you still feel like, hey, if you could still continue to do this because there are other options, there are other pathways to doing what you do and still having that $2,000 a month budget. So.
Right,
Mhm.
right.
Mhm.
Gotta do some research though. Yep.
Yeah. All right, so we have a question from MH Family Adventures. Do you ever get tired of the cruise food? She says she cruises often, but not as much as you do, and she gets sick of it. She said, and also, what home food do you miss the most?
Um, not I don't really miss any home food because pretty much have everything here. It might be a different kind. Like my
Mhm.
favorite food is chicken wings, and can't nobody do my garlic parmesan like the place down the street from where I was at.
Okay.
But I get garlic parmesan chicken wings anywhere, right? I can get them on. Well, actually, Royal Caribbean don't have it, but Carnival got garlic parmesan wings, and they good. But do I ever get tired of the cruise food? No. And you know how y'all get sick of the cruise food
Okay.
because there's so much variety.
Uh-huh.
And how long I've been on these ships? Since July, and then I
Right.
cruised April, May, June. I probably could have not had the same meal twice at all unless I wanted to, because you just tend to lean towards certain foods. But
Mhm.
you got the main dining room. In the main dining room, there's at least 5 or 6 entrees different every night. So even if I'm on a 7-day cruise, 7 times 5, that's just the main dining room. Then you got the stuff on the in the Lido deck, which sometimes it's similar stuff, but a lot of times there's going to be way more variety. So your burgers and hot dogs and other stuff like that. I don't see how people get tired of the food. To me, it's not the same food. I never get sick of it. No, mm-mm. And then of course you still have the option of the specialty restaurants if you want to splurge.
Okay.
Plus, we're at ports all the time, and I'm back in the States every week. So I can get off the ship and just go to Firehouse. I love Firehouse subs.
Uh-huh.
We stopped in Puerto Rico and I went to Dave and Buster's, got chicken wings, surprise.
Oh wow. Okay.
So no, I don't get tired of the cruise food, and I don't think there's anything that I really miss. And plus, I'm an accountant, so cooking is not my ministry. So
Cooking.
it's not like I got this dish that I used to make all the time or stuff like that. Nah, I like for other people to cook my food, and I'm enjoying it.
Okay.
I like being spoiled.
Do you hear that, Linnell?
It's a humming noise.
It sounds like a cruise ship horn. Like have you done the muster drill yet? you've been on the
Mustard?
ship. You haven't done the muster drill.
What are you talking about?
Oh, I can't believe you started this and you have not done the muster drill. I mean, you're living on a cruise ship for Pete's sake. Okay, you're gonna have to do the muster drill right now. All right. So,
Mustard drill.
yes, yes. So let me set you up so you can go ahead and do your muster drill because that is very important because you don't want to. Uh-oh, wait a minute. Did I freeze? Oh no. Uh-oh. Oh no. Uh-oh. All right, are we here?
I'm here.
Oh, okay, okay. Everything froze up, because uh hold on. I froze up on my side. So let's see if we can get this right. All right. Let's see.
We were talking about food and you said something about mustard drill. I'm so confused.
Yes, yes. We got to make sure that you do the mustard drill. Hold on. We'll this technical difficulties, but we will get through them. Hold on. I am trying to let me do this right here. I don't know. Okay, you might get off because it does not look. Okay, here we go. All right, can you see my screen, Lynnelle?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So the muster drill, you have 30 seconds to answer 10 questions. Okay? So we're going to
Okay.
see if you can answer these questions in 30 seconds. If I can get this right, hold on. All right. Whoa.
While she doing that, MH family, I just had
Yes.
fried chicken yesterday. There's fried chicken on the ships.
Oh, that's good. Okay. All right. All right. I'm sorry for the technical difficulties, but I am ready. If you are you ready?
Ready.
I will start the clock now after my first question. All right. So here we go. What's the best ship casino?
Mm,
Okay.
paradise.
All right. Favorite port?
Mazatlan, Mexico.
Okay. Favorite ship?
Ooh, two different ones. Royal Caribbean is Allure of the Seas. Carnival is Venezia.
Okay. Biggest splurge while cruising?
Splurge. Ice cream, I guess.
All right. Favorite slot machine? Oh,
And that was too quick.
I don't. Oh my goodness, that was so fast. We only got in 5 questions. My goodness. All right, all right. So let me do this. See me if I can get us back here. Okay. All right. So we didn't finish, but we're gonna finish going through our muster drill questions. So what's your favorite slot machine?
I don't know the name of it, but it's the one that has a leprechaun and there's three buckets. And then they go boom, boom, boom. And the money drops down. That's my favorite.
All right, yeah, we got to look for that slot machine every time we get on the cruise. Okay. All right. So, next question was late night or early riser.
Early.
All right. Port days or sea days.
Don't matter.
Okay.
They the
Okay.
same.
Ice cream or crab legs.
Ooh, crap. crab legs. I try to stay away from ice cream and have it just
Okay.
on special nights, but if I'm gonna have both of them in front of me, crab legs.
Okay. Trivia or bingo?
Trivia. I hate bingo.
Okay. And the last
Well,
one,
bingo hates me.
okay. The last one, you already answered this, but best place to retire.
Mazatlan, Mexico.
Yes.
So far, I still got a lot more cruising to do, a lot more places to see.
All right, all right, all right. So those were our muster drill questions. I mean, at least you completed the muster drill, so everything's good. You can continue to sail. All right, all right. So let's go through the chat and see if we have any more questions. Can you believe it? We're down to 10 minutes now.
Ooh.
All right, and hey, let me go here. Okay.
Do y'all hear a weird noise?
I don't hear it on my
You
end.
don't hear it? Okay, good.
Okay.
There's a whistling sound coming from the balcony door, so I'll leave it since you can't hear it.
Okay, I can't hear anything. And if you guys can hear anything, and if it's disturbing or causing any kind of disruption, just let us know. Okay, we have Travis and Ann's RV Adventures says, any chance you will be on Wonder of the Seas in January? She would love to meet you.
Thank you so much. I love to meet you too, but it's going to be if we miss happening. I'm not booked on Wonder of the Seas. I'm not booked on Wonder at all. And I don't post my schedule out in advance because that's one of the things that my kids are nervous about. So no, I don't post my schedule in advance. If I'm on a ship like now, I'll say where I'm at, but
Yeah,
yeah.
completely understandable, especially as a solo cruiser. Yes. All right. And then we have Cross Country Cruiser who gave you a super chat, $10.
Thank
Lynette is awesome and has a great personality.
thank you. I
All
appreciate
right.
you.
And guys, I know I've been skipping around in the chat. I'm still trying to get used to working everything at once. But if there was a question that I kind of skipped over and missed, please put it back in the chat for these last few minutes. I'm kind of scanning to see any questions. And we have on the go with Yellow says, piggybacking, do you ever get bored? Or what do you do to stay motivated to continue?
I've never been bored, just the opposite. It's like, ooh, they got like five things I want to do right now. I can only
Oh,
pick one or two. It's a good thing I'm going to be back on this ship for, another sailing or whatever. But no, just the opposite. There's too much to do and that's every ship. I've never been on the ship where it's like, ooh, I can't find something to do
uh-huh.
or on board. At least
uh,
not yet. Nope.
do you have like a favorite activity that you look forward to on board, or is it a
Yes.
variety? Okay, what's that?
Dancing. If
Oh,
there is a line dancing or a class
oh,
where they're teaching dancing, even if I took it before, they're
mm,
teaching salsa dancing or merengue or any kind of new line dance, count me in. I will
oh,
be there.
yes, okay. All right, let's see. And next we have She Shopping again. Anyone here wondering how to solo cruise? Oh, please continue to watch these ladies.
Aw, thank
I'm
you.
married and went on a solo cruise, and it was relaxing. I can imagine. So I did
Yeah.
everything my way and met nice people. All right. So
That part. Listen, even if like I've cruised with my husband before, my sister, my son. When you solo cruise, you ain't got to worry about nobody else's schedule. You got a bathroom to yourself. You can stay up late if you want, get up early. You can go to the hot tubs whenever you want. You can just spend the whole day out on lounging, whatever. If you need to rest, solo cruising is a great stress reliever.
I agree. Now, I already know the answer to this question, but I'm going to ask because I had it on my list because it's related to this. Do you worry about ever getting cruise ship burnout?
Nope.
I
Mm-mm.
knew it.
I've never thought about that.
uh, okay. All right. Let's see. I see another question here from Monica Stevens. Do you have to sign up with a casino host to
Nope.
get? Okay.
Nope.
Nope.
When you book a cruise, they're gonna ask you for your email. They're gonna automatically have your info.
Mm-hmm.
Now, they now be careful. When I took my kids on the cruise, I booked my kids' cruises, and so I started getting for emails for them. So just make sure that the cruise line has your email when you book your cruise, but the casino will get it from them.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. And just trying to get to everybody's questions. Celine Carey says, are particular machines more fruitful than others on Royal or Carnival?
Nope, and that's in any casino. They can switch those things up in 5 minutes. One
Mm-hmm.
might be really loose. 5 minutes later, it might be tight as I don't know what. It could be any machine. There's no particular one.
Oh,
Mm-mm.
okay. All
Yep.
right.
And it could be the 50 cent slot, it could be the $4. I've seen people put $4.80 and keep banging and banging and putting the money in. And then I
Mhm.
see somebody else right next to them put 50 cents in and win $21,000.
Oh
It's
goodness.
just luck of the draw.
So do you have a strategy like high bets, low bets,
Nope,
anything like that? Nope.
nope. Just the feeling. Nope. Mm-mm.
Okay.
Most of the time I'm just playing because before I was doing the casino deals I used to do, when I play in casino,
Mhm.
I just want my money to last as long as possible. Um, So I'm usually doing the 50 cents to 88 cents just so it will last long. And I like the machines that give bonuses. Just like when you go to the movie theater, you watch certain movies because that's the kind of movie you like, action movie, drama, whatever. I
Mhm.
like to play the slot machines that have bonuses because I
Mhm.
just have more fun doing them. And to
Oh,
make my money last longer, I do the smaller dollar amounts. But as I say, any of them can be loose, any of them can be tight. And I was gonna say something else, but I lost my train of thought.
oh. And that, because it's like I hear different advice from different people. And the last cruise that I went on, and I was in the casino, and the lady next to me, she said, "No, you have to play the high bet." She said, "If you play the low bet, you'll never win anything." So,
No,
it
I
sounds like that's
again, I played in the casino last night with some free play. The guy
uh,
next to me, he was playing like $4.80, and he was like, and I was like, "Ooh, you up $600." He's like, "Girl, I'm down 2,000 for the cruise." And another person on the machine right across the way, she was playing 50 cents, and she won $21,000
oh
on this
goodness,
ship.
yeah. And we have
So
she,
psychologically, we want to think that there's some rhyme or reason, and we can outsmart the casino.
but no. And it's funny because Siobhan was with me. We went to here is a casino on land, and or it might have been on Icon. Was it Siobhan? If you're still here, you have to let me know which one. But it's funny because well, it's maybe it's new to me. You might have seen this. You go into. I went into the casino and I see people like rubbing or hitting the machines and patting, doing all of this and that. I'm like, my goodness.
It's just like when you're at the movie theater and you're yelling at the screen.
Okay.
I don't know. I do it too because I saw other people doing it. It don't do nothing except
Okay, so I
it's
will be
like when you go to a
cruising
football game and you yelling at the quarterback because he sucks. That quarterback can't hear nothing you say. The
okay,
machine
so
don't care
I will
nothing.
get on the cruise with you and I'll go in the casino and I'll see Lynnelle doing this to the machine and but with you probably I mean all the money will pop out. So I don't know. All right.
Yeah, yeah.
And we have she's shopping again. She says she won $4,573 the first day using free
Ooh,
play. She said she picked up her cash at the cage and locked it up in her sister's cabin and went home with $4,200.
smart, smart, smart. I'm jealous. I never won that much, but wow, nice.
All right,
You pay for a few cruises with that 4,200.
all right. We got 1 minute, so I'm trying to catch all the question marks that I see now. So we have Dee Dee says, Lynnelle, do they assign free cabins in the worst part of the ship, or can you pick your cabin?
9 times out of 10, I pick my cabin. A few times they have what they call guarantee. Every
Mhm.
time they've given them to me, which is I think only 3 or 4 times, It was actually better. Cabin's better than I would have picked for myself. One
Hmm.
time I think it was this one. I got a promenade balcony room. I would have just got a regular interior, but yeah,
Okay.
no. 9 times out of 10, you pick your own cabin.
Ah, okay, nice. And let's see, we have quality childcare. When you win a free cruise, does it expire?
Yep, there's a date on there. You got to pick it by a certain time. Yep.
Okay. All right. Well, we are at. Well, I see another question. Oh,
I'm not in a
Betty.
hurry unless you are. I'm good.
Okay. Okay. Good. Yeah, I would because I know you're on the ship, and I wanted to respect your time. But we can, get through all the
Right
questions
here.
here.
I ain't got nowhere to go. I'm good. Dinner's at 5:30.
Okay, well, we'll get through all the questions I see in the chat. All right, so Betty says, how do you avoid gaining weight on the ship? There is so much to eat.
Who said I avoid gaining weight? We don't say the diet word here. We don't say that.
Oh, you don't? Okay.
When I first, but on a serious note, when I first left my job and all that toxicity, um, in the first 3 months, didn't diet,
Uh-huh.
immediately lost 30 pounds. We don't
Uh,
know how much stress our body is going through with all that crazy stuff.
yeah.
Um, Obviously I'm over 50 and I have to watch what I eat. I do avoid carbs. Sometimes I'll splurge and I'll have them, but if I do have carbs, it will be like a wheat bread or I'll eat carbs sparingly. And I do have a fitness tracker. I try to do at least 7,000 steps. I know a lot of people say 10,000.
Yeah.
I'm old, y'all. I try
Okay.
and do at least 7,000 steps. If I know that I'm going to be like a sea day or something, I'll go up on deck 12 and walk. If I know I'm going to do an excursion, I know I'm going to get my steps that way. But yeah, um, I don't say I watch. I haven't weighed myself since I've been on the ship, but since I've been cruising. But yeah, I immediately lost weight just from all that stress that I had, and just watch what I eat.
All right. And we have that girl Mia. This is off topic, but do you have a video where you talk about the equipment that you use? Email me at Cheryl, Cheryl, at sigcruiser.com. And I can give you a list of, anything, everything that I'm using. Let's see. Let's see. Do I see any more question marks? Here's a question mark. How do you have friends or romantic partners? Do you I don't know if this is too personal or not. Do you meet them or on cruise? Do you go out just curious? If you, it's up to you.
I don't have friends per se. I mean, I have friends back in the States, obviously, but they not cruising here with me, so
Oh,
we keep in contact.
oh,
I meet people on the ship all the time. As an introverted person, that's not something that I need, that I feel that I'm missing or anything like that. If I want to talk to someone, I don't really talk, I'm not that type of chatty type person or anything like that. So,
mhm,
but if I want to reach out to someone when I'm back in port or whatever, I call or text or um Facebook Messenger,
mhm,
things like that. I just got divorced. I'm not really into romantic partners.
mhm.
I've met a few people. I've gone out on a few dates, but
Okay,
I'm not really into romantic partners yet.
okay.
I
And I
mean,
know.
but like I said about everything else, I'm open to what God has for me. We shall see.
Good. Yeah. And that brings up a quote that I heard you say, not a quote, but something that I heard you mention. You said you were an introvert, but you're not shy. So, meaning like you,
Meaning,
go
like
ahead.
when I was growing up, I
Mhm,
was super shy.
mhm,
Being the third kid of seven, and my mom and my two older brothers talk all the time. I never got a word of edgewise. If you
mhm,
knew me as a kid, my brothers and sisters will tell you I used to be the one going to the library, sitting in the corner with a book. I never talked. I never initiated a conversation.
mhm,
Um, Now that I'm older, I guess you could say,
mhm.
I'm not shy. I'm introverted where I'm not extroverted. I don't
Yeah,
need to go and party and do all this, stuff. I could be in my cabin for a whole week and get room service and
yeah,
just be as content as possible.
I can
It
relate.
doesn't matter that I don't. spend time with other people. That
Mhm.
might sound weird to a lot of people, but the introverts know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I'm like,
Yeah.
that sounds perfect to me. So,
Yeah, but if I do decide that I want some social interaction and go out the cabin anytime, like I said, I'll line dance. You wouldn't even know that I'm an introvert. I'll be
okay.
talking to you.
Oh,
We'll be sitting there chatting. I ask you how you doing, how your day is, all that good stuff.
okay.
Yeah, we can do some of that. Yep. Uh,
All right. On the go with YOLO asks, have you only cruised North America?
so far, yes, I do have a transatlantic cruise. It's going to
Okay.
take me over to Barcelona without getting into too many details. Take me over to Barcelona. I have I guess it's still North America, but I have another
Mm-hmm.
Panama
Okay.
Canal cruise going
Yeah.
from wherever, New Orleans or Miami, going down to Colombia through
Mhm.
Panama Canal, Mexico up to Seattle.
Okay.
So yeah, I have received some offers for cruises to Australia,
Mhm.
but when I look at the the flights for those, that's not something I want to do right now. If I didn't have other options, I might have picked one of those, but I haven't done Australia. But
Okay.
yeah,
Okay. All right. We have from MG, what's your favorite cruise show?
you mean like a theater show? I guess
I'm
I
assuming
can't
like,
remember the name of it, but there's an aqua show on Allure of the Seas. I
uh,
could watch that 10 times over. It's so much fun. Those aqua shows. I have to say that's my favorite. Yeah.
all right. We have a question from Matthew. What is the best cruise this time of year?
What's the best? Any. Hey, Matthew, any. As long as you're on a cruise ship, it don't matter.
So it doesn't matter
I'm
cruise.
not, that might be something Sig might be able to answer more so than me. I'm not into types of cruises and, best time, best cruise. Maybe you
I
have an answer for that, but as long as I'm on the ship.
Yeah, honestly, I actually agree with you, and I would say it's just personal preference, what you want to do and where you want to go. So I think you can go anywhere at anytime. Well, the only thing is maybe Alaska. There's the best times to go there or something like that. So maybe there's a best time to go for a particular region. But as far as the best cruise this time of year, I agree. Any cruise is a good cruise. Yeah. All right.
I
Let me
do
see.
have some people usually asking me about hurricane season. These are billion-dollar ships. The
Mhm.
company is not going to let their ships be in danger. So I know they're not going to let me be in danger. So don't worry about hurricane season. I
Mhm.
mean, me living on ships, that's one thing. If you are worried because your cruise might get canceled because of a hurricane, that's a different risk that you're looking at. But as far as living on cruise ships, I'm not worried about hurricanes.
Mhm. Okay. And well, you just answered this. Do you plan on going to the Mediterranean or kind of similar? So
Yeah, I kind of answered that in the beginning. I'm
yeah.
flexible to whatever God, Carnival, and Royal Caribbean has available.
All right. So Lizzie asked, do you always get a room with a balcony or a suite?
I've never had a suite, and I don't know if you can hear this balcony, but this ship is rocking right now. Not
Uh-huh.
rocking as in waves, but we speeding back to port, and there's like a whistling sound coming through it, and it's annoying the heck out of me. I don't usually get a balcony room. I'm an introvert. I prefer an interior room.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, sometimes the free cruises, especially with Royal Caribbean, it's for a balcony. So
Mm-hmm.
sadly, I have to take a balcony because they're gonna give it to me.
So okay, so you prefer an interior over a balcony. Is that because of
I
the
do. I do. And even with Carnival, like they'll give me the offers that they give me will be for like a interior and there's like, oh, you can upgrade to a balcony for 150 or whatever. I
Mhm.
prefer the interior because when I'm in these balconies, I don't go and sit out on the balcony or do anything like that. So it doesn't matter to me if it's interior or balcony. I know some people's like, I'm only taking a balcony. I'm never going to interior. Again, it's personal preference, but um, I would say probably half the cruises that Royal gave me were balcony, and the other half were interior or other or ocean view, whatever. And Carnival mostly gave me interior, but they also gave me ocean view, and I'm not sure if Carnival ever gave me a balcony.
All right, all right. So I don't know if I left or what, but I had an error message that we were losing connection. So let me see. Let me try to find where I was, because now there are a lot of questions. Okay, we're probably gonna have to set a time limit on this now.
So say, nah, it's limited now. I'll stay with y'all and hang out.
All right. Well, I know you're not. I know you can. Where will you be on Christmas Day? I know you're not going to tell us where. So,
Right, on the ship. Uh, I can tell you that I'll be on my Holland America
Mhm.
ship.
Okay. Oh, Holland, America. Okay.
Yeah, the Holland America, which was surprising to me that they gave me a free cruise on Christmas Day because Royal
Oh,
Caribbean and Carnival, the free cruises that they give me are never during the holidays. Yeah,
okay.
so even my New Year's I'll be on a cruise, but I had to pay. I got a big discount for it, but I had to pay for that cruise.
Uh
But
huh.
yeah, yeah, my free
That's
America.
amazing. A free cruise on Christmas. So, all right. A question. See, given all the available food on the ship, what type of groceries do you like to have on hand in your cabin?
Candy.
Candy. And if there was a freezer, it would probably be ice cream too. But
Yeah, we got ice cream here, but
okay.
yeah, just when I go to port and I like grab groceries. Really,
Yeah.
the only, I guess, a few things I guess that I'll get when I'm in port or whatever is just stuff that I'm just used to having all the time. But I could do it what they have on the ship. For instance, I don't have the bag no more, but they have chips on the ship, right? So Lay's potato chip.
Mm-hmm.
But I like my jalapeno kettle chips, so I grab those. They have candy on the ship, but
Uh-huh.
sometimes it's just less expensive. Just grab a bag at Target or something. They have all kinds of cereal on the ship.
Okay. Okay. Let's see. All right. So I have Alyssa's Adventures in Cruising. How did the crew react to seeing you on board so much?
So they're super friendly. Yeah, one of my because I only travel. His son is annoying me. I only travel. Hey, Rasbo. I only travel with a backpack and a carry-on suitcase, so I don't have a lot of stuff with me. I used to have a lot of magnets. Now I only have those few over there. So what I collect as souvenirs are my cabin key cards, and they're like this thick now. So
Okay.
usually the crew will see how many cards I have and they'll strike up a conversation with me. Oh, you've been on such and such ship. Oh, I used to be on that ship, blah, blah, that kind of thing. But yeah, yeah.
All right, and I didn't realize it that our names were not listed, and that's my fault. So I guess so. Because let me see, what is the host channel name? I am Cheryl, also known as Sig Cruiser, and that's the name of my channel. Feel free to connect with me. That's Cheryl at Sig Cruiser on YouTube and also Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. All right. Let me see. Oh, here's another question. Monica Stevens, will you be doing the Danang trip next May? I don't know. Tell
Monica,
me
why you talk about business? Yes. I'll
what's that?
Hey
I don't
Monica. Yes, I'll be there. I'll be there. Oh, I'm gonna put this out there. Signal, don't beat me up for this. If anybody
know it.
has a really good travel agent, send me a message. I'm looking for a travel agent. Um, that's all I'm gonna say. But
Are
yes,
you
I'll be there, Monica. If you will be there, I will see you.
you're looking for a travel? Is this land travel?
No, international travel.
Oh, I got some people for you.
Good, good, good. Thank
I got
you.
I got a
Thank
whole
you.
list. We'll talk. Okay.
All right.
All right. So let's see. Let me see. We got some comments here. Oh, Jacqueline saying that sounds so good. Phil indeed may have to go on, on a solo cruise himself. Y'all make this sound seem so liberating. It is. It is very liberating. And Janice says she always makes sure to have snacks in her cabin. That's something I'm bad with too. I don't, because and I will get up at a certain time, or there'll be some point I'm in my room and I'm like, I don't want a full meal, and it's like I'm in my room, I'm relaxing. It's like if I had just something, just a little of something, I'm gonna have to start doing that, planning to keep snacks in my room.
Oh, that's
Um,
dangerous.
Leonard Lee, hi. This is Lynnelle's older brother. My wife and I have been getting free cruises for over 15 years. Now I don't know Carnival's magic number, but I've been getting up to 10,000 points for my free cruise Wi-Fi. For my
Told
free
y'all he was holding out, didn't I?
so
Told y'all.
wow,
Hey, bro.
15 years. Oh my goodness. Does he have a YouTube channel too? And sharing the secrets or anything that we can
Not
all
yet.
not yet. Okay.
Not yet.
All right. So Carol, see, I'm hoping to start my solo cruise channel soon. Yes. Any recommendations? I have many ideas, but having a hard time getting that first video out. So what would you say to Carol, Lynnelle?
I I can only suggest what I know. Um, and I have a video coming out in 14 minutes. My
Oh.
November, my November expense. At the end of that video and in the video description, I talk about where I learned how to do YouTube videos. And basically, it's Grounded Life Finances. I mentioned them before. They have a
Mhm.
YouTube course. It's very inexpensive. I mean, that's relative, right? But it's very inexpensive. Definitely worth taking that course. Look into that.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, look into that. So again, my video is going to come out in 13 minutes, so you can check that out. If not, if you want to go directly to them, just go to any of their YouTube channels, Grounded Life Finances, and pretty sure they'll have a link in their description for their YouTube class. But
Oh,
yeah, they walk you through it step by step. Well, yeah, it's a lot.
okay.
Watch the video. I'll tell you all about the good stuff there.
All right, we have a comment from Raspo. Hello, me and my husband met you on the Venezia in October. We are currently
Oh,
on Vision of the Seas.
oh, hey friends. I'm not recognizing the screen name, but I'm sure I met a lot of wonderful people on Venezia. So hey,
I am quite sure. Now, do
you
you
on
ever
Vision already? Okay, so that means you also do Carnival and Royal.
do you run into the same people from time to time on different ships? Have you ever done that yet?
No, but I met a couple on this ship who are actually going to be on my next ship. So that's the first time that that's happened. But yeah, I met people that were where I was doing like Venezia, for instance. I was on there for 5 cruises, and there were other people who were on there for like 3 or 4, not 4, 2 or 3 cruises.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, go Knights! Hey Dan.
All right. Let me see. Let me see. Okay.
Y'all check out Primetime Travelers. Dan has a YouTube channel. They talk about travel. Well, obviously it's in the name. They talk about travel also.
Oh, okay. All right. If feel free to drop your channel, link to your channel in the chat. And let me see. Are we? Let me see. Let me kind of scroll through. Uh, Somebody asking what time the live started. Well, it started at 3:30. It was supposed to go 3:30 to 4:30. We're still sitting here chatting and answering questions, but you can always catch the replay on either of our channels. So you can catch the replay here at Sig Cruiser, or you can catch a replay on at Poverty to Paradise. It's on streaming on both of our channels. All right, and we have Becky saying she's a new subscriber. You girl, fun to watch. You create your life. There's a lot
Thank
of
you.
positivity in this chat, and I am
Hey,
loving
Becky.
it. All right, and all right. So let me put up a comment, but I'm going to try to scroll through to find questions. Any more? Do we have any more questions? Let me scroll through because this seems like I'm way behind. Okay. Oh, okay. Lynnelle, any advice on cruising on Virgin Cruise Line?
Nope, I don't know anything about them. Sorry. Never cruised them, never looked into them. Cruised on them. Speaker.
Well, I would tell you that I have sailed Virgin twice, and as a matter of fact, the current vlog series that I have is about my experience on Virgin Valiant Ladies. So I would say, hey, check it out. All right, and then I see this lovely comment. She done. Lynnelle, you inspired me to take my first solo cruise. I scheduled my solo cruise in January 2025. Love your content.
Love your screen name. Dun. She
Yes,
is done.
done. All right. Okay. I see a question. How do you organize these cruises when you leave and arrive at different ports or countries? Do you have a way that you organize your cruises? I'm guessing because I know you said you have your cruises booked up until November 2025. So, is there a way that you organize them? I'm guessing that's a question. If I'm not clear on your question, Betty, let us know.
I organized right here.
Are you serious? A book? I just knew you
Yes,
were
I
going to tell
organized
me.
it.
I just knew you were going to tell me an Excel spreadsheet.
Mm-mm.
No.
It ain't that serious. I'm doing a life of ease, a soft life of ease. Just write it down.
Oh my goodness.
They
Oh my.
keep them on the website for me, so I just
Okay.
write in the notebooks, make sure I don't book cruises on the same date. But other than that, they keep it on the website. I just look it up.
Okay. Oh wait. I skipped one. What's been your favorite food or meal thus far?
Favorite dining was Venezia bonsai teppanyaki. I just made a video about that only because it wasn't the best food, but it was the best fun. Get a good meal and the entertainment, customer service was really, really good. Best food, I'm gonna always say chicken wings.
Ah.
Probably outside of chicken wings, probably my favorite food is on any carnival ship when they have the Emeralds barbecue salmon.
Uh-huh.
Mm-mm-mm.
Ooh.
So good, barbecue salmon. And he
Oh,
has a Gerard Street salad that they usually serve with it. It has bacon on it.
okay. And then did you say emeralds?
Emeralds, yeah, on Carnival's ships.
Okay.
Emerald, Emeralds.
In the main
He has restaurants on some ships,
yeah.
like Carnival Celebration. He has a restaurant, but
Mm-hmm.
on the main dining room on the other ships, in the main
Okay.
dining room, you have your regular food, and then there'll be some steakhouse selections that you can pay extra for, and there's an Emerald selection that you don't pay extra for.
Mm-hmm.
Every
Okay.
day you can choose from the Emerald menu, and that's included in the regular main dining food.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
yeah, those.
Oh, that sounds good. Barbecue salmon. Okay. See, Attila the Fun. Our summertime cruises a lot more expensive though. I'm guessing like for your your cruise deals, the casino deals. Do you see pricing difference from season to
I'm gonna
season?
say they're gonna have to ask you that because my cruises are free. I do have a video that shows how to find cheap cruises, but
Hmm.
I did not look into those because my cruises are free. I don't, so
Okay, good.
I
Now,
can't really answer that.
if I remember correctly on your video for Carnival, don't they charge like even for I guess maybe some casino deals they'll have like a $100 in cruise fare. You talked about that And then as a solo cruiser, you'll have to pay double. Do you mention something like that? Or no?
Yeah, so for Carnival,
Mm-hmm.
the cruise, it doesn't matter if it's summer, winter,
Okay.
whenever.
Yeah.
It's $100 deposit, and
Mm-hmm.
all cruises are double occupancy.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm paying $200 deposit, whether I go by myself or my sister, my brother, anybody comes with me, I'm still paying $200.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But I get that $200 back in onboard credits.
All right.
If someone else was to sail with me, it would still be $200.
Mm-hmm.
They would just get $100 credit and I would get $100 credit. And that's
Okay.
Carnival.
All
Royal,
right.
it doesn't matter when the cruise is,
Uh-huh.
it's free
Okay.
except for the port fees and taxes. So to me, I don't see a difference in winter, summer prices.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. And Diana Lawrence asks, what cruise ships would you recommend for a first time traveler? Do you have any advice for this?
Not any particular ship. I
Mm-hmm.
would say that, this is my opinion, don't come for me. I would say if you're a younger person and you are an extrovert and you like to party, you need to go on Carnival. If
Mm-hmm.
you are in your 50s like I am and you want a more relaxed environment, I would recommend Royal. I don't know the other lines like Princess and all those because I haven't sailed them yet.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I would also recommend for a first timer, I would not recommend a 3 or 4 day cruise, and I would not recommend a 7 or 8 day cruise. I would recommend a 5 or 6 day. A 3 or 4 day is going to have mostly
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I've heard other people call it. I ain't calling it this. Other people call it 3 and 4 day cruise or booze cruise.
You're right. Uh-huh.
All right, and then your 7 day. If you get on a 7 or 8 day cruise and you decide, oh, this is not for me. Well, now you got you know, 3 extra days, 4 extra days, whatever,
Mm-hmm.
where you stuck on a ship that you don't like. But a 5 day is a really good
Mm-hmm.
place to begin.
Mm-hmm.
My suggestion.
Mm-hmm. And I will add to that as far as because I get this question a lot. Now, I will say that I am a travel advisor, but I book cruises only. So that's why for you, Lynnelle, for land, I have some land people for you. But and I do get this question a lot. People will email or contact me and ask what's a good ship for first time cruisers. And to me, it's all about you. It depends on because there are several different cruise lines, cruise ships that have different personalities, different experiences. So it's all about what you want. So I would say either there's a couple of routes you can go. First of all, determine what you're looking for. Are you looking for relaxation? Are you looking for fun? Do you want to party? Is it a health and wellness type of thing? So looking at what you want out of a cruise and then matching up a cruise ship, a cruise line, and a cruise ship with that experience. Now, there are a lot of cruise lines out there, a lot of cruise ships. If you need help, I would say to talk to a travel advisor and preferably a travel advisor who has cruised. There are a lot of travel advisors out there, a lot of travel advisors with YouTube channels who can show you their experience. And that's another way to kind of get a feel for different types of ships as well is to look at like other YouTube content as far as people traveling on ships, not necessarily to get their opinion on what's good and what's bad, but for you to check out the ships and the ships experiences. So I would say there's no particular one ship or one cruise lines that's good for first time cruisers. It depends on what you're looking for, and even budget wise, if you're looking for most affordable, you're going to have certain lines. If you're looking to splurge, you want a premium or luxury experience, that's going to be another set of lines, or a higher premium experience on the same type of ship. So I don't know if that answers your question, but yeah, there's yeah, just I would say determine what you want to do, and you need to find a ship that has that type of experience that you're looking for. All right, let's see. Let me see. I don't know. Do you enjoy it, and what? don't you like about it? I'm not sure I follow that question, if that was referring to something or something that we were talking about. So let me see. Is this how is traveling if you have disabilities? Like, oh, just a general question. How is traveling if you have disabilities, like limited walking? Um, I can, well, one thing that I will say, now there are, you can get assistance. There are scooters that a lot of people or some people use on board. Ships are accommodating to scooters and walkers, things like that. If that's something, so that's something maybe if you're working with a travel advisor, you can talk to them about, the type of first of all, the disabilities that you have, and to figure out what you would need. Also, the cruise lines may have a particular form or some type of notification that you would need to provide to them to work out, what type of equipment that you're going to have, because it depends on the cruise line, the cruise ship, and what you have. If you have like a mobility device that's your own, or one that you're renting, depending on what type of room, the cabin that you're in, you need to accommodate for that as well. So that's something, I would say, either call the cruise line that you're planning to book, or talk with a travel advisor.
I
Uh,
can add one I can add one note to that. I agree 100%. The only thing I would add to that is because I used to use a scooter because I have plantar fasciitis, so I couldn't walk far. I've gotten rid of that obviously now. And
okay.
just I know my boundaries of how far I can walk in that. But my caveat to that is um find out exactly what you said, call the cruise lines and everything, but you also want to book as early as possible because there are limited amounts. If you need a handicap or accessible cabin, there are limited amounts on the ships. And of course, what a lot of people who are retired will use those, so they book in advance. So book it as early as possible, find out as early as possible.
Very true. Agreed 100%. All right. And we have Carol Williams. I'm not a fan of the buffet. I prefer the main dining room. What is your preference?
I don't really have one. Nine times out of ten, I'm gonna eat in the main dining room. I really only eat in the buffet. I guess because I don't know. I guess the main dining room. Now that I think about it, never really thought about it. But yeah, I like again, soft life of ease. Someone serving me, so main dining room.
Mhm. Main dining room, yeah. Yes, it's good to, buffet is good. I think buffet is good when you want to go get something quick. And dining room, sometimes you just want that service. Sometimes you just want and sit and enjoy, the experience. So, okay. And see, I don't know if I missed this, but are your cruises free due to being an influencer? So you can, well,
No. um, I think maybe they just joined us.
yeah,
Hey,
probably.
yeah. So no, I became an influencer, content creator. I'm a content creator. I don't influence nobody, I don't think. Um, I started doing YouTube after I got the deals. For
Uh-huh.
me, yeah.
Okay. All right. Let
I don't know
me.
if I don't know if you get discounts, but I don't.
All right.
I don't even think they know, y'all. Shh, I don't even think they know I do this because they probably would be like, "Why she get all these free cruises?" They probably cut me off. Don't say nothing.
Let me see. I think I got to all the wait. I see a couple of question marks here. Sid or other hosts, do you help others who with discounted back to back like Lynnelle takes? Can you drop your link, please? Discounted back to back like Lynnelle takes. Can you explain that, Lynnelle?
I think they probably, if I'm looking at it the right way, they
Mhm.
want to book a couple cruises where they stay on the ship back to back. So like a 5 day and a 4 day, they don't get off the ship. And I think they want you to maybe see if there are some discounts that you can help them book. Is that
Well, yeah, I saw it
maybe they're
says
looking for a travel agent?
takes, so I didn't know if there was something in particular like that you have may have discussed on your channel. or something?
Yeah, what it sounds like. So, for instance, I take back-to-back cruises. So, like when I was on Carnival Venezia,
Hmm.
I was on that ship for 5 cruises. So back to back to back to back to back.
Hmm.
So I think it sounds like they're just wondering, like if they want to book some back-to-backs, maybe 2 cruises or 3 cruises in a row, do you help people do that? And I'm sure you do. Yes, it's just a matter of booking, stringing cruises together.
Yeah, okay. So I didn't know if they were like referring to like something like a particular video that you said or something like that because it said, like Lynnelle takes, but for cruises for back to back, I can definitely, we can definitely see what you're interested in and, look to see what deals are out there. You are free and welcome to contact me at Cheryl at Travel with Sig. That's travel with SIG.com. All right, so Lynnelle, I think we are at the end, and I got through all the questions. So I am going to ask, well, first, any closing words or advice to anyone who wants to follow in your footsteps and retire on cruise ships?
I'll give the advice that was given to me. One, know who you are. If this is going to be for you, you might want to test it first. If you've never cruised solo before, I know that I was raised in a household with a lot of kids, a lot of people. So whether or not I would like solo cruising was not something that I instantly knew until
Mhm.
I took that first solo cruise and I loved it. So I would say test it out first. Two, of course, being an accountant, I'm going to tell you the same thing I did. Do the math on your finances if this is something that you can do. I know that there are actually a lot of people, they're just not content creators, but there are a lot of people who live on cruise ships. Um, so it can be done. Everybody don't do like I did and sell their house and everything. I know Super Mario still has a condo or apartment over in Miami, and he's
Mhm.
been living on ships for the longest, I think 30 something years on Royal Caribbean. So yeah, I would say test it out, do the math, just do your research, and just know if it's, test it, see if it's going to be the best thing for you. But I absolutely love it. I
Well,
do.
I will tell you, I'm one of the ones who can follow, hope that I can follow in your footsteps, sometime soon as well. And
Yay.
and I always forget to say this, throughout the chat, but hey, if you are still here and hanging with us, please hit the thumbs up, on your way out. And for those of you who all do not know me, thank you for chiming in to the chat. I am Cheryl, also known as Sig Cruiser. My channel is Sig Cruiser. I'm Sig the Solo Cruiser, and I talk about solo, introvert, and gluten free cruising. I have cruise vlogs and give tips and tricks and advice on solo cruising. And Lynnelle, please tell us where they can find you online.
I'm at Poverty to Paradise on YouTube,
Mhm.
and that's it. Uh, I don't know how to do all the other stuff, Instagram and TikTok and all that stuff.
All
I'm
right.
only on YouTube. That's where you can find me. I appreciate you all hanging out with us today. Of course, I'm open. If you have any questions or comments, let me know. If there's anything I can help with, just pop over to one of my channels and put a question or comment in the channel, and I'll try and do my best to reply. And I appreciate you, Cheryl, for giving me this opportunity. Thank you so much. It's really nice working with you, and I know we're going to continue to have a good relationship. So I appreciate you.
Yeah.
Thanks.
And like I said, I am so honored that you accepted it and wanted to sit down and have a chat. And I'm so, thankful. And I really thank you for coming on and chatting with us and sharing with us, your experience and your knowledge and giving us that inspiration and motivation that we need. So all right. And with that, thank you all for coming. Thank you so much. And I think we're going to call it a day. All right.
Bye.
Bye bye.